Alright, so this is the other homelite, the little Super 2, another lemon saw. But I don't think we're going to be able to get into this today. As I'll show you here, this is without spark plug, but also without muffler. So I mean, you can check it to see if they'll cough with that. And that's just fine. But you don't really want to, because it's not really great for the spark plug wire to be sitting in front of that while there's flames kicking out of it. So I talked to an old feller that I know. He's actually getting to be a friend of mine because I'm starting to do quite a few deals with him, and he's a pretty cool old chap. And he happens to have a few of these, and so I'm going to probably go up sometime next week when we get a chance. Go visit him and maybe buy some McCulloches off of him and one of these for parts. So we can get this little bugger going, or the other one, whatever case. This one shows a lot of potential. I'm pretty sure muffler, cleanup job, and new barn change, she'll be good to go. But at any rate, that leaves us left with one, the Johnserd 455, the last one of the barn saw collection. Then we can move on to the next lot. And that's, you can see, the file is off the floor. It's just that little guy. So I'm going to go put this up on a shelf for now. And we'll come back to this guy. Okay, what we're dealing with today is a Johnserd 455. Now, I don't know a whole much about these guys. They're made in Sweden. I know they're owned by Husqvarna. I don't know a whole lot about the 455 model itself. But like, I know them to be a good saw. This one's seen some work. I mean, this is an old farmer's saw. I mean, this is the last of the barn find saws for now until I can get parts for that other guy. Unless this doesn't fire up, of course. And I might be into something else, like a hydrosonic carb cleaning, or a new carb, or God Lord, worse than that. But these are reputable saw. A lot of people know these saw, they like these saw. Oh my goodness. So mud wasps have inhabited the air filter here. That's a mud wasp nest. Anybody who's ever had these buggers live in your shed, you know where all that comes from. Unless he was cutting concrete with this saw. Oh no, yeah, and there's a bunch of mud wasp larvae. So, I mean, you know where that can go. It's right outside in the snow, and the damn chickens can have it. If there's anything that good to eat in it, you can be sure them chickens will find it. Oh my gosh. This may not be as easy as I thought. I was hoping I was just going to dive right into this, throw a spark plug and go, because it's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. And, yeah. Shit. Okay. Well, we've opened up a can of normals, folks. Oh, yeah. No, there's an intake down there. Oh, bugger. So, I get the feeling this carb is going to need a hydrosonic cleaning. Which I happen to go be seeing such a man who might be able to get that done for me. I've just got a basic, like, Powersaw parts washer, but that, I don't know if there's enough Powersaw and WD-40 in the world that could deal with this. So this might be a two-part video. This might be a two-part ordeal. Holy God. Well, we got through the concrete. Unfortunately, that was right down in the damn intake. Oh, that's a bugger. Real damn bugger. Let's see what's going on with the bugger. On here, torch. Hard to tell all this gunk in it. This one's a grimy bugger like the last homelite we did here. Look at that with an allergy. A fancier set, but this one will do. We can do better in this sort of situation. Alright, so we got the cover off, folks, and I mean, I was starting to get a little hopeful because down in there it doesn't look too bad. Like, I mean, you can see there's just the debris that I knocked down there, and I knocked that out. But here's the bad news. It's going to be hard to show you. I mean, I should have took the... I can take the camera off the mount, actually, maybe, and you'll see it. But it'd be easier, actually, if I took the carburetor right off and do that. But I don't know if I'm going to bother. Because if you look in here, it's hard to show you with my setup here. That's a bugger. There we go. If I can get that to focus in there, you can see the lines in the scoring right over here between the chain and the muffler. So, what that happens, they call that like I think it's like a retardation of warming up or a cold start seizure or something like that. I forget what it's exactly called. There's a technical terminological thing. If you know it in the comments, let her go. But on a power saw, it's most common. So when I'm checking these cylinders, more often than not, I'm looking at this corner here, because on a cold mess up, I mean, when people just, what it is when people jump on their saw, and this happens a lot with ranchers and people that don't know small engines, and it happens in the construction industry and in places where people are in a hurry. But anyway, what happens is they get in a hurry, they just dive into cutting. So they'll jump into whatever they got, a pile of logs, or if they're felling trees, they'll just jump into the trees, drop her down, and get cutting into her, and the saw doesn't get a chance to warm up. And unfortunately, it's a Canadian problem more often than not too, because it's so damn cold here in the winter, and people just hammer on these things to get them going. You don't want to hammer on them too much. You want to just give them a little, if you have to, just a shot of gas, or a half shot of gas just to get her to warm up. Because the block needs to warm up at the same time as the piston, because the piston will expand faster than the block. It's just aluminum here, and then the piston is taking all this hit. And it takes a while for everything to match up on heat and whatnot. I'm not too damn smart on it. There's probably a much more certified person to explain this to you. But at any rate, when that happens, try to get the camera in there again. I think we kind of got a view of it earlier. But when that happens, the piston expands and it starts rubbing against the cylinder, and you get that scoring. I think you can see it now. And it always happens here, because this is the hottest part of the saw, where you get the muffler and you got the chain. The chain's creating heat with the friction in the wood, and the muffler's creating heat as she's burning all the fuel. And well, mufflers are hot. Anybody that's ever, burned their finger in a muffler knows they get hot. And anybody who's ever shut their saw down there and felt their chain, they know that gets damn hot too. That's why it gets oil. So, lesson to be learned, folks: warm your saws up, because you can ruin a block really easy on that. So, just now a part saw, unless I decide to rebuild the thing, which I doubt. So if anybody's interested in a part saw, let me know. I don't know that I'll post this one, I'll post the video, but I don't know that I'll post it on Kijiji for sale, because it might come in handy later if I ever get another Johnserd and I need a muffler or something else, or a coil might be good on this. But that's a shame. I mean, I almost wish I dove into this before I ordered the spark plug, because got a replacement sparky for it, but she's no damn good. NFG. Alright. Till next time, we'll hopefully have a better saw for you. We're diving into the Danny Boy lot next time, so because we're waiting on a muffler on that homelite, which unless I go up to the old boys and get that muffler sooner rather than later, which I mean, I'd like to go see the old guy. He's a cool cat. But anyway, we'll see what happens next. But I think we're gonna dive into the Danny Boy lot, and we'll do that next year, because it's New Year's tonight, and Happy New Year's to everybody, and hope everybody stays safe, and we'll catch you next time. Take her easy.